Beryl is a tropical storm, but the forecast from the Hurricane Center does bring this back to hurricane force before making landfall. And you can see how dangerous the surf has become. And it continues to build down in Galveston. We've been watching the waves get bigger and stronger over the past several minutes and hours. And at the moment, we're in between rain bands down here. The strongest winds will come as the rain bands come in. That rain transports the wind down to the surface, and that's when we can get the strongest winds. As far as the coastal impacts, on what you need to be doing between midnight and 7 a.m. That's when the impacts on the coast will be greatest. It is storm surge and wind. We're going to get a storm surge, a rise in the sea level on the coast of 3 to 5 feet around the Galveston area and a little more than that down toward Matagorda Bay. So high ground, you don't want to be right near the coast. We know that coastal roads flood. You want to be away from the coast on some higher ground because, again, the sea level rise of 3 to 5 feet will inundate many low-lying and near the shore areas, not just near the coast, but also on the west side of Galveston Bay. Here is that surge forecast, again, around the bay and on the Galveston and Bolivar coast. A 3 to 5 foot rise in the water is possible with waves on top of that. Then further down the coast, and again, that's because we believe the center of the storm may pass right here, you'll have a higher surge of 4 to 6 feet, coastal Brazoria, coastal Matagorda County into Matagorda Bay. Inland areas from 2 a.m. until 4 in the afternoon, as it's going to take all day for the storm to move through our inland areas. Wind and flood, hurricane force winds, coastal counties near the coast, Brazoria, Matagorda County, and then inland counties in our western counties could easily see tropical storm force winds, and the flooding rains are possible. We could see several inches of rain. Need just stay home. Stay put. The home is the best place to stay home, hide from the wind, and let this storm pass through. There's where the storm is right now. Again, a tropical storm, max winds of 65. It is already producing rain bands that are coming across the Houston area with brief heavy downpours. That's a very heavy rain along the south side of Beltway 8. That'll come up through downtown here during the next few minutes, and that's causing some ponding on roadways. Again, the forecast track from the Hurricane Center, 85-mile-an-hour hurricane making landfall, Matagorda County around 2 a.m. and then taking until Monday afternoon to get into our northern counties, but still a tropical storm, so still producing impacts. That's where we stand right now as far as the wind and the forecast, and we'll take a closer look at that rain forecast as we move along, guys. Back to you. Pat Kavlin, yes, also looking at the wind and rain forecast. So, Pat, what are we looking at for inland winds and rain totals?
Yeah, so Dave, this is actually exactly what that storm will probably look like as it comes on shore just after midnight here. So around 2 a.m. again, Matagorda County, and then torrential rain starts to overspread Harris County. That's going to be in the 3 a.m. to about 7 a.m. time frame that we see the worst of it. That rain is going to come down so hard it could wake some of us up. Then it spreads north into the woodlands, out towards Katy, as you go through Waller County, into Grimes County as well. So areas far removed from the coast will actually see a center of circulation, an eye of a weakening hurricane move over them because the storm moves so fast. It doesn't really have time to lose that much steam. Good news, though, by noon, it's just a shower chance south of town, the worst of it lifting north of Huntsville, and then we are smooth sailing as we go through the evening. But the damage will be done. Rain totals are going to be very impressive with this. Wherever the heaviest band of rain sets up, it is going to be a huge and wide swath of 6 to 12 inches. Could see some areas coming in near 15 inches of rain by the time it's all said and done, but the totals will drop off significantly the farther east you go. So there is a flash flood threat in place that starts tonight. It's for the city of Houston going down towards the coastal spots. Tomorrow, that flood risk actually mirrors where we see the best chance for those heavy rain totals to line up. And then again, by the time we get to Tuesday, out of here, everything starts to improve very drastically across the area. Let's talk wind, because this is something brand new to the forecast here. We have started to see an uptick in the wind damage threat across a good part of the area, and that's because the storm has started to shift a little farther to the east. We could see easily gusts upwards of 80 and 90 miles per hour at the coast as the storm makes landfall. But look at how far these hurricane force wind gusts could extend as we go farther inland. Could see 70, 80 mile an hour gusts in Sugar Land, 70-mile-per-hour gusts up towards Brenham, Tomball, City of Houston. We're still recovering after the derecho from mid-May. We could see hurricane-force wind gusts up through the city as we go through the course of the day tomorrow, but things will improve quickly. It will be breezy on the back end of the storm, and with a switching wind direction, that could bring some trees down, but the worst of the winds really will be confined towards the center of that circulation. So again, a lot of things to unpack, more coming up here as we go through the rest of the hour, but Mia and Marceline, I'll send it back over to you.